Hello and welcome to another video of Next Elevations. My name is Eva, and in this video I'm going to talk about what to expect when you connect to Next Elevations, to the base transmission, which I call the transmission of the highest truth. So first of all, I can just say it's going to be very, very, very different for everybody because the transmission is pulling you towards your personal highest truth. So whatever that is, we are all very different. I mean, we're all humans. We all have a human system. So that's what we have alike. But like our life mission on this earth, on what we need to experience, what we need to go through, and all of that is very different. So it's, even though it's the same transmission coming in for everybody who's connecting, it's pulling you towards your personal highest truth. So it's again at the same time personalizing when it comes in for you. It's totally personalized. So really what I'm talking about now is just information I gathered from people over time and also from energy over the time, from the energy to share. But again, it's going to be very, very different for everybody. So please don't like listen to this and then be like, it's going to happen exactly like that for you. Probably not. It's probably going to happen totally different. Just that, you know. Okay, so there will be people, or there are people who feel the energy coming in a very strong way. So these are people who are very open energetically, who are very sensitive, who probably have done a lot of work in that area before. The nervous system is just more refined. So for some people, it will come in very strong. For some people, it will be a bit too strong. They say, okay, you know, I've never been exposed to an energy transmission 24/7. It's just a bit strong. Then there will be people who say, okay, it feels good. I can feel something, you know, there is something happening. And there are people, okay, I feel it more on a subtle level, but I also can see that there is something happening or experience it. Yeah. Then there will be people who say, I sometimes feel it, you know, when I meditate or when I'm quiet or when I'm just sitting by myself or before I go to bed or when I wake up, you know, then I feel it. And there are people who say, I don't feel anything at all. I don't feel anything. And it's all perfect, you know, because every system is different and we all like perceive in a different way as well. So some people will feel it as vibration, for example, in their system. Some people will, so if they feel the energy, some people will feel it as they see it behind their, like when they have their eyes closed, they see it as light coming in. Some people see it as information. So it's, again, it's very different for everybody. It always depends on how perceptive the system is. And for people who don't feel anything, it doesn't matter. It is part, okay, it's great if you feel it because then you know something is happening. But this is not what this transmission is mainly about. It's not about you feeling it. If you do, that's amazing. If you don't worry about it. What this transmission is about is, so at first it comes in, it can be very strong for some people, like subtle for other people, not feeling anything for other people, right? And what it's basically doing for the first few days, so for some people it takes a day or two, for some people it takes a week, for some people it takes 2 weeks, again, it's very different. The energy starts integrating. Integrating meaning when it's very strong at first, it just starts to, like the system gets more used to it. And then basically what it does in the end, so this is what it's supposed to do in the end, it starts stepping into the background more. So it's not like an experience that's in the forefront and overwhelming and dominating. It's more an experience that happens in the background after it has been integrated. So some people will feel it right away after a day or two that it's integrated, or they feel it integrated right away. And for some people, it takes a little bit of time. And then it works in the background. It pulls you towards your personal highest truth. So basically, also what can happen, and this happens for, I don't know, 1 out of 50 maybe, or 1 out of 60, that first some clearing needs to happen because there is something in the way of you being able to experience your personal highest truth. These are blockages on an energetic level. So this can be, it's always emotions, and it can be something, for example, from this life experience, some stuck energies in your system from your childhood, also past life influences. So there are different influences in our systems that can block energy flow, and that can also block this transmission working on your personal highest truth. And what the transmission is basically doing, it helps to unblock. Yeah. So this process needs to happen first. So it's going to address these things, and it can, like I said, it's happens to some people, but 1 out of 50 out of 60, it can bring him up emotions. So you might feel irritated for a few days, you feel sad, you feel angry, you feel annoyed, whatever it is. So that's totally normal. For some people, it's a one-time thing. So they have like a cry, something is being released. For some people, it can happen for a few days. So, and because it's always working for your highest truth and for your highest good, it means that if you are, for example, doing healing work at the moment, and there is a lot of clearing happening at the moment, that this is going to assist that as well. So it's assisting that process. If you are, let's say, meditating and you want to reach high levels of consciousness, or you want to have deeper meditations, you want to experience more peace and whatever it is, or that's what you're working towards, it's assisting that. If your journey is to find out what your abilities are, so a lot of people, everybody in some way, we have like, healing abilities or some sort of spiritual abilities. If a person's mission is in that moment, or the personal highest truth would be to figure out what these abilities are, it's going to show you that. It's going to unveil that for you, right? If it is a worldly stuff, like having a family, having a better job, or doing better in your job, or doing better in your work, or whatever, creative work, it pulls you towards that. Being healthier pulls you towards that. So whatever it is you're moving towards at the moment, what your highest personal truth is assisting that. Okay. And this can, of course, change over your lifetime. So just because a topic is there for you at the moment, it doesn't mean it's going to be there in 2 or 3 weeks or in a year from now. Like we're always changing, we're constantly changing, everything is changing, everything is just unfolding. Okay, so just that some people can first experience energy releases, and it's very normal, so just allow it. Or just allow it. The energy helps to move that stuff through anyways. And then you are pulled more towards your highest truth, and then it's possible to also experience more of the joy and the love and all of these things that are of your highest truth, right? But it's possible that first other stuff needs to be addressed. The same can happen for animals. For example, if your animal doesn't have to be like that, just making aware. Let's say your animal had an abusive owner before you, okay? Because you got it, you found it somewhere, or somebody gave it to you. So you're the second owner, and the first owner was abusive. So the dog or the cat or whatever animal has trauma in the system, the same as the human system, but the clearing happens a lot quicker. So they can be like, just a bit different from what they usually are. Maybe they don't eat for 1 or 2 days, or they like have just a more, the behavior is different. Like if they seem more afraid or more withdrawn, usually they would be loving, but they're more withdrawn. So just saying, animals can go through that same thing, or they like totally loving, and they haven't been before, and they're just so happy that they're connected to that transmission. That helps to move these energies through, because animals are very aware of energies. That then they suddenly really loving and feel really drawn to you and stuff like that. So totally influences your pet as well. And same is in the location. So for example, when you have your office, let's say you have your office or your workspace, connected to the transmission. And on the first few days, it's like, okay, you don't feel like working, or the work kind of happens harder as usual. Stuff needs to be cleared out of the way first, so that things can unfold more beautifully. So just for your understanding, again, it doesn't happen to many people. Most people, they are connected to the energy, they feel it right away, or if they don't feel it. So, and this is not about what to expect when it comes in. It's about feeling. It's not about feeling the energy. It's about how it's manifesting in your life experience. So again, it can take some time because it's a process. It's an unfolding process, like our whole life experience is. So our life experience is not, okay, we are there at the perfect spot and then everything is perfect and it will never ever change again. It's not like that. So life experience is a constant unfolding of experiences, nonstop. Either the experiences are aligned with us and with our personal highest truth, with our true nature, or it's not. Or it's in the middle somewhere. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. And what we want to have more alignment. So basically, this is what the transmission is doing. It pulls you towards that. And then meaning, how it's manifesting, that life unfolds in a more effortless and easy way. So things are just unfolding in a way that you prefer, or that's beneficial for you, for your beingness, not for the ego, just from the beingness level, from your true nature's point of view, so not what the ego wants. Life is experienced more as a flow. That means then everything is unfolding, it's more effortless, you meet the right people at the right time, the right information comes in at the right time. So it's just a constant unfolding. And because it's more effortless, it's also more enjoyable. Life is more enjoyable when it's more effortless versus, you go for things and you're not getting anything, you get frustrated and all of that. So things are just more flowing. And then also when things start to be in the flow more and you're more in alignment with your personal highest truth. So we all have a certain potential that we incarnate with and we can access. And then because of the flow, this potential can be seen. I mean, it's there all the time, we always have it, but it's often not seen. But then it can be seen and we can also then use it for our advantage. We can just access it, we can use it. And when I talk about you pull towards your true nature, what's your true nature? And that's the pure beingness. So what we are on a core level best way to describe it is before the whole human stuff comes in. Before that, before the human stuff, we are all exactly the same. And it's pure being. It's just beingness. It's infinite. It's just beingness. And this is what it is. And you get access more and more to that beingness. So it comes through and it comes before the human stuff, before the human. And this is also goal, to eventually have this beingness there all the time and having the human stuff, let's say, dissolved or in full in alignment. So it always depends what your life mission is. So either the human stuff is in alignment with your beingness, or you experience your beingness and the human stuff starts or is fully dissolved. Again, this really depends on what your life mission is here for this incarnation. Okay, so basically what to expect is that this transmission is supporting the best possible outcome of your life experience. It pulls you towards that. And it's very individual what it means for everybody. It's really individual. For some people, it means having a faster spiritual awakening or being fast on the path of spiritual awakening, having deeper meditations, having connection to higher realms, to their spiritual gifts. For some people, it means to have a great job with a good income, being creative in work, just the things falling into place without this heavy work and feeling like you have to go after things, but like more forced than versus things are just coming towards you. Or for other people, it means finding the right partner, having a family, or just having an amazing partnership. Whatever, like this is a never ending like examples, you know, it's really individual. And just be open to everything, you know, it pulls you towards your personal highest truth. So you might not know what that is. You probably don't know what that is. So you have an understanding what you would prefer in this life and how life is supposed to unfold. But the personal highest truth, and I can tell you this, is always a lot better. You can't imagine what your personal highest truth is. Like there is no possible way to imagine that, because it's a constant unfolding, and you can't know yet what's going to unfold for you over the next few weeks, years, or whatever. It's just not possible. So basically, just be open, allow the transmission to work for you in the best possible way for your personal highest good, pulling you towards your personal highest truth, and just see what happens, and just go on with your day. It's in the background, it's supporting whatever needs support. It moves you away from things that are not supporting you. And that's it, and it works in the background. So it's not something, again, that, for example, when you meditate with me directly, right, there is strong energy coming in. It's very different. This base transmission is more working in the background. So it's possible that you feel it at first, and then it just kind of gets more subtle. The experience gets more subtle. And if you don't feel it at all, it doesn't matter at all, because it's not about feeling it. If you do, it's amazing. If you don't worry. It's all about how is it manifesting in your life experience. And please know it's a process. Okay, so this is why we have like a 14-day free trial, and then you can be on for months and months and months, because it's just pulling you towards your personal high truth, and it's an unfolding process. So it's not something you subscribe, your personal highest truth will be there, and life will be awesome. That's not how life works. It's a constant unfolding of experiences, exploration of who and what we are. And this transmission just helps you to enjoy this process a lot more, and to find the best possible way how to experience this life. Okay, I hope that helps. Again, if you have any questions, or if you want to know more about it, please leave me a comment in the comment section or write an email. We're always happy to answer. And thank you so much for watching. And see you for the next video. Bye bye.